something's going on. Something's going on. It's something with this kind of merge of New York and Atlanta. And it is that. It is a merge of Atlanta and New York. Now, I understand on this, we got some folks from New York. So, yeah, there's going to be some New York stuff. But then when you got the New York travel, I don't know. It's a strange kind of merge. And it's changed the whole atmosphere of the show. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is season 10, episode 5. And I am feeling like this is a merge. There's a merge that has taken place between New York and Atlanta. It's not just a few people from New York are now residing in Atlanta. It literally feels like we're merging the two things together. And it's kind of weird for me because the atmosphere of the show seems different. New York is a whole mood. Atlanta is a whole mood. And the two moods don't kind of go together for me. But whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Something is off. Something is off. This doesn't feel like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I've always personally thought that Love and Hip Hop New York was a little bit boring. Atlanta, I like. But then I'm kind of prone to Atlanta because I actually came into this. I was reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta from the very beginning. I started doing Love and Hip Hop New York way into it. So, like I missed the whole Jim Jones and Mama Jones and Chrissy and Kim Bell and all. I wasn't even around for any of that stuff. You know, when they were all having their hoot nanny. And then I came in later. I don't know. It's just something weird. There's something weird. But I've always thought that Atlanta was kind of, as far as being infectious and being lit, Atlanta's like up here, and New York for me was like down here. And now I'm kind of like, it's kind of like this. And I'm like, I don't know. Still love the show. Still here. Whatever. The whole thing was they were in New York because DMX passed away. You all know about that. Terrible. DMX passed away, and they had this whole thing, you know, in his memory, and it was a whole big bike ride thing. Kai and Kirk actually went to it, and Safaree. And while Safaree was there, we seen Safaree actually sit with his mom. His mom, she was just as clean when she came to the little lunch with Safaree. She had this black and white suit on. Mama was clean, baby. I said, check her out, honey. She got Safaree's ass so thoroughly together. She dragged him and told him all the stuff that he's doing. See, I was here. I was on board for all the stuff she was saying. Told him all that little stuff you doing with Erica. That's a no-go. It doesn't work. You being on the internet, saying all this little stuff and all this, it embarrasses me. I don't like it. And told him, don't do it no more. I said, you heard that, didn't you? That's that. I told him from here on out, it's Empress Erica. You married her. It's Empress Erica. He told her about the baby that's coming and all that. He hasn't actually seen his mother for a year, basically. So it's been like a year, you know, due to the pandemic and all that stuff. He hasn't seen his mom. But she got his little ass together. I was here for it. With Kirk has a whole nother set of issues going on. Kirk has another son who is like 30 years old, who is there in New York, who has suffered some addiction and had some really bad times. Kirk actually, literally, we found Kirk hasn't seen this boy in 18 years. This child actually has two little girls now and a girlfriend, and he's doing really well for himself. They met up, and his name is Christopher. He's cute. He's a cute little boy. They met. Well, he's a cute man. He's 30, child. But they met up. And you figure Kai, he hasn't seen Kai since Kai was the age of one of his little girls. But anyway, got together. He basically said he kind of, because at first I was saying, something ain't right with your story. What are you not telling us, Kirk, that you ain't seen your child in 18 years? What were you doing that you ain't seen your child in 18 years? If something was going on with him in 18 years as a father, you'd have thought he'd have got up and went and made some shit shake. But just kind of weird. But he was saying that the son said, he was pretty embarrassed by the lows that he was actually having. He was really messed up on these drugs out there in the street. But he got himself together and everything. He said, thank God for his little girls. This is why he got himself together. And he literally stayed away. He confirmed what Kirk was saying. He would say he was coming to stuff, and then he wouldn't go. So he, no foul play, just was what it was. I was like, wow, that's deep. That's deep. But he seemed to be doing really well. Like I said, really good-looking little fella. And, yeah, God bless his little self. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But he really is cute. I said, Kirk got some cute little kids, child. But, yeah, got them all over the place now. I said, oh, you was a piece of hot tail, honey. You got kids everywhere. Anyway, we met a new character, honey. Her name is Remy Rucci. I'm like, okay. It's weird to me. We only have several. There's a small abundance of female rappers. Why would you name yourself Remy? We already got a Remy. That was just kind of weird to me. I mean, you can name yourself anything you want, but we already got a Remy. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. I could imagine that trademarking was probably really, really hard doing that, getting that trademarked as Remy Rucci, and there's already Remy Ma and all that. But anyway, however, her name is Remy Rucci. She has 2 children, little boy, little girl. They're cute. They look just like her. She got a lot going on. She basically was discovered through viral videos. She would jack beats and then lay her little thing down on them, and she got, it was popping for her. She definitely has a look to her. She has her own look and her own little style. People seem to like her. She's constantly touring and all this, and that's how she makes her money. Her mom, okay, so she says her mom is different, and her mom's playing softball, and I'm like, and she basically just told her like her mom is different, and I was like, okay, I get it. All right, we ain't gonna say it. We just ain't gonna say it. But okay, but her mom is raising her kids for her while she's on the road. They go to school down there in South Carolina with her mom, and she takes them. She says she takes them on the road with her when she can, but they're in school, so they're down there with mama. And the mom actually has what do they call it? Child, look like a speakeasy to me, but they called it a lounge. A lounge. These details about mama was sketchy for me. I'm like, I know what's going on, but being as though y'all don't want to say it, then I won't say it. Mama got a lounge and mama different. Okay, whatever, child. Hey, sis. Hey, mom. What's up, girl? What's up, sister? Y'all do what y'all want to do. They ain't saying it, so I ain't gonna say it. Let's go. Anyway, but she doing her thing. Their family seems really cool. I was like, child, y'all really normal. So I don't know what your storyline really is, because you're really, really normal. Like, that's what, moms do. That moms will take care of the kids while you go make it happen. That's like a good story. There's nothing negative about that at all. There's no bad feelings in you being away from the kids. Your story is really the same as Spice. You know what I mean? Because Spice don't have a whole bunch of drama. Spice's kids are over, you know, in her homeland while she's trying to make her thing pop here. Her story is sort of just like Spice. Now, she has a boyfriend who's a rapper as well, named, well, he's a rapper. See, he's a rapper. Fuji, his name is Fujiano. All right. Fujiano, honey. But he's in jail. And he's not the children's father. The children's father literally lived like 20 minutes away from the grandmother, but he's just not doing right. And the kid, that was kind of sad when the kids were like, no, I don't want to be bothered with him. He didn't call me for my birthday. And the little boy was like, I just don't like him. You know, I'm like, that's gotta be a hit right here to see your children on national television saying, your son saying he don't like you. You look like you want to try to fix that. But, you know, whatever. Fujiano got arrested, and he has 5 years. And she's saying, you know, he's playing like whenever he was out, he was like a good father figure for the kids. And she says she's sticking with him. People are giving her, girl, we don't understand. But she's like sticking with him. You know, I'm like, okay, hey. Again, story doesn't seem like really too much of anything out there. So we'll see. I'll just keep watching and we'll see. This is the thing too with this thing, like I said, this merge and where Love and Hip Hop is. It's taken a long time for storylines to roll out. I don't know. Girl, y'all got new writers or something? It's taking a long time for the storylines to roll out. Anyway, so as I'm saying that, now one of the storylines I'm a little tired of already is Amaretta. I'm about tired of Amaretta and her mother already. They're on my nerves. They're on my nerves. Her and her sister and her brother got together. She's a sister named Khadijah. And Khadijah just kind of irritated me the same way the mother irritated me, because Khadijah is basically siding with the mother, saying that what Amaretta's saying is not what actually happened with the mother and the choosing of the man. And as they keep talking, we found out Khadijah wasn't even in the house. Khadijah actually moved out. She moved out. The brother literally kind of came. He didn't say very much. He let the girls talk. But he did state at one point that Khadijah was making excuses for the mother, and that what Amaretta was saying actually did happen, and she is not lying. She's not lying. So I'm like, okay. And so now we are sitting here as the court of public opinion. And from what I'm listening to and the way it's going down, I'm going to have to say, I believe Amaretta. I believe her. But my thing is, I think you're pushing it too hard to try to make a storyline. I'm not so certain that it really bothers you as much as you are saying that it bothers you. I think you're pushing it to have your storyline on the show. And it doesn't have to be pushed that hard. Like I said before, I felt like y'all were reenacting things that have actually already happened. And y'all are not really good actors. So that's kind of how I feel. It just feels a little disingenuous. But, I mean, I believe that it happened. I believe that the mama chose the man over. I believe all that happened. But, again, I don't believe it's happening in real time. And I don't believe that you're, you know, so stuck in that space. And it's starting to look like you're stuck in that space. And you keep saying, you know, you want this apology from your mother. She's not going to give you the apology. She says she's not going to give you the apology. So we don't have to keep giving her screen time. We can send her on about her business. And you can go ahead and do what it is that you do. You're loving hip-hop. We already know you got a broken love story. You're a hip-hop star. So let's go ahead and see you do your hip-hop thing on here. But the story with you and your mama, I've had enough of it. They got together. And the mother's now, and I believe this, the mother's pissed off about the diss track. And the sister was trying to make Amaretta feel some type of way and saying it's disrespectful. See, this is where this resonated with me. As most of you know who've been watching, I wrote my memoir. Okay? A few years back, I wrote my memoir. And I have family members who tried to do this, where they literally tried to bottle up what it was that I'm saying. And literally, one of my family members literally stopped speaking to me for like over 4 years because she told me she was sorry for things that she did. But then she did, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I have no problem with that. You already know that I accepted the apology when you said sorry. But I'm a writer. I'm writing my story. I'm not writing your story. See, because I could have went in and tore her and yanked her and did all that. But all I wrote was my story. But see, you're embarrassed because of things that you did. But you did them. Because you said sorry doesn't erase that you did them. But she literally got pissed off and didn't speak to me for like 4.5 years because I wouldn't not publish my book. So I get it. I get it. We're on the rest of the. I have another cousin that literally told me, if you had told me those things bothered you, I would have apologized. And I'm looking and saying, do you hear yourself? If I would have told you that those things you did bothered me, you would have apologized. I don't need no fake made up apology. They bothered me. You knew they bothered me because we had all kind of issues back when it was going on. But whatever. But people just feel like they feel, and I just put it out there. It's like, listen, I'm writing the book. I'm publishing the book. If I told a lie on you, sue me. Sue me. But there were no lies told. There were no lies told. So I get it. And with her diss track, she ain't got to apologize. She ain't got to apologize. And she ain't got to apologize about her feelings. It is what it is. And the mama, you feel some kind of way because hit dogs holler. That's why you feel some kind of way. The sister, you feel some kind of way because your mama feels some kind of way. You're her daughter. That's natural. Get over it. Get over it. But for you all to try to tell her that her feelings aren't valid or trying to smooth over, y'all sound crazy to me. Y'all sound totally crazy. They did this little thing, this supposed team building, family building situation. Y'all just ended up being the same old argument again. Now they have a cousin there named Amara. And this is when I said, she ain't lying. The mother came outside because, see, she ended up walking out. The mother was she just crazy. And the sister said the same thing. That chick, she ain't never going to get it. She's crazy. And I'm looking at them saying, y'all don't even realize y'all giving yourself the bad edit. Because y'all are trying to pretend like what she's saying ain't true or that she's hanging around in the past. That's another thing. Tell me this. Why is it that when your memories are good and you reflect on what happened in the past, it's called reminiscing or, oh, child, we was sitting around laughing and kee-heeing about old times. But if it was a bad situation and you were hurt by it or you're angry about it, then it's called dwelling in the past. I've always wondered what that was about. Why is it when it's good, it's reminiscing, but when it's bad, it's dwelling? Because the person that generally made it bad, their feelings are involved, or they're embarrassed about it, or they don't want to hear about it, they don't want to dredge it up, or they don't want people to know. So then now it's the negativity is thrown at you, like, oh, you living in the past, you dwelling in the past, you need to let it go. You can't tell people when to let things go. You can't. You can't. You can't dictate how long it takes a person to get over anything, or if they ever get over it. That type of shit irks me really, really bad. But I see it a lot, and that's what I saw coming from the mother and the sister. And then when the mother came outside of the thing and called herself checking Amara, I said, oh, you're guilty. You're guilty as hell. When she told Amara, you don't need to be trying to counsel her and this, that, thing, and the other. because she wasn't working with the narrative that her and the other daughter were working with. I said, wow. Wow. I saw that. I saw it. I looked at that mother. I said, see, I thought it in the beginning, and I was trying to take it easy on her. She's a whole manipulator. She gives me crackhead tease, personally. Now, and I'm just saying that I don't know if the woman smoked crack because they didn't say that. They didn't say that she was a drug addict, but her aura and the way she moves about gives me crackhead tease. It's very manipulative. It's very I'm going to just change the whole narrative and make it be something different. Because I'm doing something different now, so everybody need to forget my past. No, the only place they do that is at church. And they don't do a good job of it there. Down to the church, they're supposed to forget. When you go get down to the altar and you get saved, everything before is supposed to go to the sea of forgetfulness. But it don't ever really. It don't ever really. Because trust me, people down at the church, they have their notepad out, baby, taking notes. So it don't work down there at the church either. But that's where it's supposed to work at. But out here in these streets, ain't nobody forgot what you did. Crackheads are so for that. That's what they do. A perfect example. Crackhead. Lose their kids. Someone else raises their kids. They don't act nice to the person that raised the kid. They give the person that raised the kids hell. They bring all kind of turmoil into the situation while somebody's trying to raise their kids. Then, and tell me y'all haven't heard this story and seen this story before. Then they get themselves together. They get off drugs. And then now their kids have kids. And then they're like the best grandparent in the world. Because again, because they've gotten themselves together, they're being their best self. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, that's wonderful. And they make the best grandparent to their grandkids because they're making up for lost time. For them, really, a lot of it's for them, and they're being a blessing to their grandchildren. But at the same time, what I notice with these people, they want everybody around them to forget their past. Which, no, you don't need to beat them down with their past, but where is it that they start becoming the person that got all the advice for somebody? They become the person that's always got their nose turned up at what somebody else is doing. They sitting around judging people and the way they parent, and you're like, wait a minute, hold the goddamn phone. When did you become super parent? And I've seen this happen, and I've seen this more times than I care to even admit. More times than I care to admit. But that's what I see. That's why I say the mother's giving me crackhead tease. Because it's like her past was screwed up, and she don't want nobody to say nothing about her past. All she wants is praise for how well she's doing now. And anything that she broke or screwed up, she don't want no mention of it. She wants it to go away. Because she's moved forward. Okay, you move forward. But you can't make other people move forward in the time that you want them to move forward. Listen, I've had enough. Because I can go on with this forever. Forever. Y'all can tell me what y'all think, and I know y'all will, because it's what my people do. Y'all tell me whether you agree, disagree, or whatever. If you know the story that I'm telling, if you know someone, do you know one of these super grandparents that was a shit poor parent? Leave it in the comments. Let's talk. That's why I leave it open. That's why my comments are always open, so we could talk yay, nay, or otherwise. You don't have to agree with me. I don't require it. I don't require it over here on Treasurer Lane. I don't require you to agree with me. Talk to Spillitboy TV. I allow it, and I'll talk back respectfully. You come for me, I'll come for you, but we can have a conversation. But I'm interested to see what you guys have to say, because I done babbled on a lot. Down off my soapbox, but on bump, bump, bam it, I'm back. Okay, so that's what I see with them. But this whole thing with Amara, it's ran its course for me. I've seen enough of it. It's kind of aggravating. I don't see it going anywhere. If the next part of her scene is not them going to counseling or something, I ain't really interested. I don't want to see them keep fighting over the same shit over and over. I really don't. Now, let's move on here. Speaking of all of this kind of carrying on, we've seen Sierra. Sierra was given a graduation for this mentorship program that she actually has. And they had like 2 graduates, but small program. She's teaching girls about building their business and getting all their ducks lined up and all of that. Really cute. Only 2 graduates, but again, now you know we're in a pandemic, so you expect smaller crowds and stuff. But it seems to be like it was a and they have to pay for the course. She ain't did it for free. It seemed like she did a good job or whatever, and these people were successful with the program. Now, her mother was there. Okay, that mother, I just kind of something. I said, what's going on with her? Something didn't sit right. But I said, okay, I'm gonna get a lady a chance. Then we find out that there's some issues with Sierra's sister. See what I mean about the storylines taking too long? Who even knew that Sierra had 3 sisters? She had 3 sisters. 2 are twins. She has a set of twins and another sister. And there's turmoil, complete turmoil. There's one sister who is going down the same road as Sierra. She wants to be a makeup artist and all this stuff. She actually used to work in Sierra's salon, but Sierra threw her out. She threw her out because she was causing turmoil in the salon. She wasn't paying her booth rent. She was just carrying on. So I said, this is Sierra's part of the storyline. Let's see. Let's meet the sister and see what the sister's saying, because right now we're just hearing what Sierra's saying. Let's see what the sister's saying. Then Sierra goes on to talk about these group texts, and she showed them. And I froze the screen so I could see it. I said, what is actually being said? Because I was dumbfounded at the shit that she was saying. Said that there were threats of setups for her to be robbed and killed. And I'm like, it's because we know Sierra puts 20 on 10. Sierra always do too much. But no, when I read those text messages, that's exactly what those whores said. Exactly what they said. Go die. What have you set up? This, that, thing, and the other. I was somebody rob your rich ass. And right then I said, that sounds like a whole lot of green, honey. A lot of green, and I don't mean money. That sounds like a lot of envy. Green envy, jealousy, and a bit of hate behind it. So I said, well, let's just see. Let's see if we could actually see them. See what's going on. So we need to get more into this story. And they did a good job on this of wrapping the story really fast and giving us all the details. There was a lot. There was a lot. For Sierra to even have a relationship with her mother, to the point where the mother would be at the graduation and all this, was saying a lot. Because when we found out, Sierra is 10 years older than the twins. When she left home, the twins were, 5? They're 5 years old. Sierra was 15. Her mother threw her out at 15 because she had her daughter. So she got pregnant at 14, had a baby at 15, and her mama threw her out for having the baby. So, to be where she is now, have a relationship with the mother, and the mother was crying, saying, she didn't like the relationship with the girls, and Sierra, she's like, I didn't raise you all to be like this. Okay. And I was like, there's more to this. And she's crying, I didn't raise y'all to be like this. I didn't raise y'all to be like this. And I'm saying, okay. So, let's go from there. That was at the graduation. Let's move on. And I didn't understand why her mother was even bringing that energy to the graduation. But okay, whatever. They go on. After all this has gone on, Sierra wants to make amends. So her and her girlfriend were getting everything together. They had a whole, like a crab boil thing for Sierra, the 2 sisters, the mama, and her girlfriend was there with her. And they're going to try to discuss the problem, try to clear this up. Child, I see the 2 twins. I said, child, well, look at here, honey, the Whoville twins. Because that's exactly what they look like. When I said, these is the Whoville twins. Honey, they look like Whoville. I said, look at little round heads, honey. I said, look at them. And right away, you can see everybody's part that they play. You can see everybody's part they play. All of it. We had the background story, and just look at them. They were very much their story. Sierra was a young mother that made it. But we all know Sierra's very provocative, very loose. She's very loose. Sierra seemed very loose, like she's loose. She's just loose, and she doesn't have, just from what we know of Sierra being on the show, Sierra doesn't come across to me as a girl that had a tight relationship with her mother. She seems like someone who had to kind of figure it out, and damn sure that's exactly what happened. She's been out there on her own since she's 15 years old. She's been out there on her own. The sisters, something totally different. Here, she told her, the sisters were raised in the suburbs with Sierra's mama and their daddy. So they raised in a two-parent home and had everything. And then they got this rich sister as well. And the more you heard about it, Sierra has tried to do things for them and has done things for them. And they're spoiled. They're spoiled. And I'm looking at their energy. One sister is angry as hell. The one that looks like she's going, the one that does the makeup and all that, she's all made up. The other sister ain't made up. They're twins, but you can definitely see who's who. One's trying to be a glamazon, the other one's just a hood chick. Well, she ain't even a hood chick. She's a little suburb girl trying to be tough. And all that fit. Like, they ain't about that life. They're not about that life. And it all showed in this small scene we saw. They ain't nothing but a bunch of goddamn mouth and they keyboard gangsters. They keyboard gangsters. They ain't nothing but little middle-class kids that got a rich sister. That's who they are. The other sister, we didn't see her. She wasn't there. Okay, I don't know where she is there. And Sierra said, maybe I could reach the twins and then they can get the other sister and then we can merge everything back together. Now, I have to say, the mama, you ain't shit. You brought the twins there to try to get some resolution because you had your ass down there to the graduation crying about how your girls wasn't getting along, and I understand that because that's one of the worst things in the world is to have girls and your daughters don't get along. It's ugly. It really is ugly. Sisters, it's beautiful when you have sisters and the sisters have a bond. But when sisters don't get along, it is ugly. Very ugly. The mama is the one that came in there and ushered in the bad juju right away. The bad energy came in with the mammy. She sat her ass over there and said, now, let's get this, because I'm just saying, I'm angry, and I'm that. I was done. Right then. You the mama. Why you bring the bad juju in the door? You started up the negative feelings before anything positive can happen. The mama ushered in the bad juju. I said, are you kidding me right now? I was done. I could not believe it. I was like, wow, you ain't shit, ma'am. She set the tone for them younger ones to start that fight and shit. I said, oh, wow. So she starts up. She's angry. You're angry with who? Who are you angry with? And right away, you see that the one twin that's all made up is the leader. The other twin is a follower. She quiet. All she doing is sitting there making faces. She making faces. She following after her twin. The one that's all glammed up, she's the mouthpiece. She's the mouthpiece. And right away I said, for a change, Sierra, you ain't told near a lie. And y'all know I don't even give you Sierra. I think Sierra's extra. I think Sierra, you need to go sit her ass down somewhere. And I always say that, and y'all know it. But, oh yeah, that sister is everything that Sierra said. You weren't paying your booth rent. You were keeping up a mess. You were starting all kind of shit down to my salon. This is what I built. And I'm not going to let you destroy what I built. So yes, I threw you out of my salon. But you went on and you moved on and you do what you got to do. Like I did what I had to do. She wants to come as Sierra. Again, like Sierra said, like she's like, You ain't make it all on your own. Mama bought all the furniture you got there. She said, no, me and Mom went half on what the furniture is and all that. No, the mama ain't saying nothing. She entered, her mother ushered the bad juju and sat back and let it roll. She never said nothing else. She never tried to check them. She never tried to stop it. And the more I looked at it, it looked like she's sad with twins. A little bit. But they going back and forth. And at first, Sierra was just telling the girl why, you know, this is the position we're in. She's like, we need to squash this and stop. But you got issues. You're mad at me over things that you did wrong. You did them wrong. Sis, now I'm trying to help you and you did them wrong. Girl, so finally, she kept going on with all that. And then Sierra had to get with her. And Sierra told her, listen, let me tell you something. The whole thing is, girl, you're a jealous, ungrateful little bitch. And that's what it's really all about. You're jealous. She said, look at you. You want to be like me. You talk all this shit. You do all these things. And everything that I am is everything that you're trying to be. Period. And I said, wow, Sierra, because I had picked up on it. Like that, but I didn't want to say nothing, girl. But being as though you said it, let's talk. I mean, what you say? She told her, you're a jealous little bitch, honey. And you're ungrateful. And when she said it, the mother, crickets. The other twin, like they couldn't believe that she said it. Now, do I feel like Sierra probably got a little camera balls going? Yeah, I do. I do. And but she's in her setting. She's making the show now. But she said what needed to be said, and I don't think she was lying. And it shocked them because she probably plays the back generally. But they were sitting there, and all the sister had as a comeback, she started calling, you old hoe, you old hoe, you old hoe. That told me right away what's been being said over at that house. What those sisters think of her. You old hoe. First of all, y'all are sisters, so how old is she really? How old is she? She's 10 years older than you all. You old hoe. And Sierra said, yeah, I'll be that. I'm an old hoe. But I look younger than you. Everything that I am is what you're trying to be. And I said, this is all jealousy. All of this. When I seen that text, I'll have somebody rob your rich ass. They're jealous. She said, everything's been done for you all. And y'all ain't about that life. They leaving. The mother's like, come on, let's go. The twins is leaving. And then this is what I tell you that they ain't about that life. They get to holler, you better watch your windows, bitch. Excuse me, if you was about that life, you out there with her cars. You would have already been breaking windows. You wouldn't have told her she better watch her windows. You're not about that life. You ain't nothing but a bunch of mouth. And the mother go out there, and that's what Sierra was like, if they break any of my windows, y'all paying for them. She told the production, if them whores break any of my shit, y'all paying for it. Period. But when we get out there, wasn't a scratch. They ain't touched the car. You just talking. You running your mouth. I said, they're little suburb girls, just like she said. And when she come out there, then the other twin, the quiet one, said, you can't whoop my ass. And the mother's sitting there looking stupid. I said, girl, if you don't get the Whoville twins and get your ass on out of here. I was not impressed. I thought it was so ridiculous. And the mother, you are a chaos demon. You're a chaos demon. And for you to sit up here and pin your children against each other, and I don't care what anybody says. I wasn't there, but you old hoe told me everything I needed to know. That's some shit that came out your mouth. That's some shit that came out your mouth. That's the picture you painted of their bigger sister. I threw her out of here because she's a hoe. And it looked like when they said you old hoe, when Sierra's reaction said that ain't the first time she heard that coming from that direction. And that's all she was saying. You old hoe. You old hoe. I was like, this is pathetic. This is pathetic. Absolutely Pathetic. And then Sierra said, and this is what good, where I said, so y'all use her when you want to. But other than that, she ain't nothing but an old hoe and y'all ain't got no use for her. When Sierra said, just don't forget, I got your surgery for you. Everything about me, you want to be just like me. I got your surgery for you. Remember that. Don't forget that. I said, oh, wow. Wow. Sierra, you better than me because I wouldn't even fool with them. No, they're truly, they're your family, but girl, no love laws. Now, those are the type of family members that you really don't need in your life. You love them from afar, truly. All of them, the mama, the sisters, all of them. You love them from afar, and you really should get some protection orders against them. They making them types of threats and all that. Protection orders, and don't even be bothered with them. Love them from afar, and don't give them nothing. Nothing. Because I don't think you owe nobody nothing. You've been gone since you was 15. You don't owe them nothing. And if you did halves with your mother in the business, you might want to buy your mother out your business and leave her alone. But anyway, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I don't even know if counsel will help them. That's a whole mess they got going on over there. Anyway, but very interesting. Very interesting. And I see her, this was way more interesting than things you've been doing in the past. Because what you did in the past is basically showed us you and Scooter, you and old boy. You painted a picture like you was a hoe. You know, but you got a whole lot more going on. We knew you're a businesswoman and everything like that. But that old hoe thing, yeah, you kind of painted that picture for us. But again, now I see why that was able to be a part of your story. Very sad, but very interesting. Very interesting. I never even thought that Sierra was even that interesting of a character in this story. But yeah, today, turn my eyes around. You had a very interesting story, Miss Sierra. Very interesting. Anyway, it was a lot, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comments. Whole lot to unpack. All right, talk to y'all later.